Hello everyone, this is Fantasy-esque and welcome back to The Sims 4 Royal Witch Kingdoms. Today we are continuing with the noble family of Holbart in Holgain. My goodness, I'm getting distracted by people walking around and such. My mind is wandering slightly. Anyways, so we have had a lot of things happening with this family so far. We had the wedding between Dorian and Fayna, and then we had the consummation, so Fayna's pregnant right now, she's going to give birth in this episode, and then we had Lion's betrothal to High Princess Fayna. So I need to talk through some of the things that happened in the movie before we continue with the episode. Essentially, we saw at the beginning the gathering of Ciccar and Holgain youths as part of Dorian and Fayna's marriage, or I suppose, we skipped a lot of the marriage celebrations, but, because of Vex's death, but since Fayna, is pregnant, we thought it might be nice to use this as an opportunity to get all the people they grew up with together, and that way the youngsters can mingle. Well, during that time, someone caught Lion's eye. So Lion had a whim to actually flirt with Veronica Holdigan. So he actually has a crush on Veronica Holdigan. Look, he's got like that little bit of romance with her. So romantic interest. He definitely has a crush on her. And so he was trying to talk to her. And I feel like the Holdigans, they are kind of serious and they've grown up kind of serious because of their slightly unstable household. And also just the fact that nobody really likes them in Holgain. They're very wary of that, I feel, from a young age. And I think Veronica was the one, actually, who had a crush on Vex growing up, we thought. And then, obviously, he got married off to someone else, and he never really looked at her in that way, I feel. He tried to be nice to her, but he never really looked at her in that way. She idolized him, and then he died, of course, so she is probably not in a very good mood, actually. And so maybe when Lion was trying to be nice and, he was asking her how she is, she probably thought, well, I'm as good as a Holdigan can be in these times, We're looked down on by the royal family. And obviously if Holgain is unstable, then our future is even more uncertain. And also, Vex died. So as someone who idolized him, she wouldn't be all too happy, no doubt. And why is Eldrick calling? What? Okay, I usually ignore these things. Not gonna lie, I usually flippin' ignore these things, but it's because all my witches are wanting to interact with, all these rando sims. So, I don't know them. Whereas this is the first instance someone has contacted us to communicate with another witch. So, hey Master Dorian, I think Queen Leia Holgain is pretty cute, should ask her out. Now, we have to remember that High Queen Leia is an elder, and Eldrick here is the heir of Holdigan. So this is kind of interesting. This is so interesting. Eldrick is aiming high. He is aiming very, very high. But actually, on this note, I do want to talk to you guys really quickly about witch succession. So a bunch of you have been commenting ever since Vex died, saying, why is the title going to Edmund instead of to Luther, because Luther is Vex's son, and that's the proper way for it to be. That's how it would work realistically. Well, I just want to say that, this is a witch society in a fantasy realm that I've created, and so there is no such thing as realistically. We can take inspiration from the way certain things work, like the English monarchy. We can take influence from that, but again, even with different cultures, right, I'm sure succession would work differently. There is probably not one way of how things are done, but also in this particular fantasy society, I think I've decided that the way succession will work is that whoever is the ruler at the time, their child will receive the title to be their successor. So High Queen Leia is still High Queen. And therefore, a child of hers should bear the next title. Vex was the oldest, so he was High Prince. And yes, he does have a son now, but his son would only have received, would have only been the successor if Vex then ascended to being king. So if Vex was right now High King Vex when he died, then instead of the title going to his brother Edmund, it would have gone to Luther. But since Leia is still High Queen, then Leia's next child, Edmund, will get the title of High Prince. Now, if there's an instance where our monarchs have no surviving children, then we might look at grandchildren. And if there are no grandchildren, then we may either get an adopted heir from another family, or we might get the spouse of whichever child died to kind of carry on. That might depend on, the particular instance of a family, but I do think the way that which succession will work is the ruling monarch's child will get the title of successor, and the same will work in noble families. So the head of the household, whoever was High Lord or High Lady, their surviving child, even if they have grandchildren, their surviving child will get the title. So, okay, there is that. And this is kind of interesting. Eldrick is an heir in his family, and he has yet to be betrothed, I believe. Or is he betrothed? He must be betrothed. Who is he betrothed to? Hold on a second. I cannot remember. He must be betrothed, right? Oh, I don't know. No, he is. He is betrothed, guys. He is. He's betrothed to a Siddeley. The second sister. Oh, geez. Who's Calypso's younger sister? Helicent? He's betrothed to flippin' Helicent. And Helicent, I mean, the Holdegans, they look down on in Holkane. Helicent is from, supposedly, a sickly family, because her older sister is sickly, Histagda. So we've got that going, and I'm pretty sure we know that Helicent doesn't really like the idea of staying in a farm and having a bunch of kids for her husband. That's not really what she's into at all. And if she marries into the Holtgen household, she is saying that, Eldrick better not expect much from him. And it seems as though Eldrick, who I thought had his head down, he used to be kind of bullied by Vex. I thought, he'd listen to everything his Kotyan, High Lord Yorick, tells him to do and such. This quiet boy, I don't know if it's of his own accord, but he seems very ambitious now, because as soon as High Queen Leia got divorced, he is wanting to get in there and, I don't know, be her boy toy? Okay. Well, he's asking Dorian as well. Dorian is not going to interfere by saying yes, go for it. He's not going to interfere by saying yes, go for it. Why not? I know a bunch of you were saying that maybe Minor King Uther is going to take on a lover, or some noble lady is going to want to climb up the ranks and go for Uther. Nobody mentioned anything about Leia, but it seems as though the heir of Holdegan wants to climb up the ranks too, and he wants to go for Leia. I mean, hey, I'm not gonna stop him. Why would I do that? So that is kind of interesting. Anyways, before we got distracted, I was literally talking about I was talking about Lion. Sorry, Lion. Sorry. But yes, he, I think, has a crush on Veronica, and actually he is younger than Veronica by 2 births. So that's how I'm keeping track of ages, honestly, by the order of births. So he's younger than her by 2 births. And so, he kept trying to get her to call him by, his name. And the proper way to talk to her would have been, Miss Valena, because they're not, sorry, what am I saying? Miss Veronica, because they're not that close. But he kept saying Veronica. He kept skipping on the title. And Veronica, when she was talking to him, she called him Master Lion to keep that formality, and he kept trying to, break that down. So he does have a little crush on her. And you know what? When they were at the dinner table, Dorian was there, and Dorian was looking at these two. So Dorian kind of noticed that his younger Vlaro kind of fancies the Holdgun girl, right? So I think he was keeping an eye on them, which is why, if you guys look at the bit of the movie where, Lion's called in and Dante says, well, you have these marriage proposals from 3 families and I've chosen the Ciccar, the royal house of Ciccar for you. Like, you're going to be betrothed to High Princess Fayna. That's why Dorian looked so distraught, because Dorian knew that Lion kind of fancied Veronica, and I think maybe he was hoping that something would work out between Lion and Veronica. I mean, we do know that he is quite fond of the family, so he was probably, approving of his younger Vlaro going for someone from that house. But then, the Kotyan stepped in, and no, there is a proposal from the house of Ciccar. We are going with the house of Ciccar. And actually, he would have gotten proposals from the Ramadust family, so for their heiress Miss Meralda, and he also would have gotten a marriage proposal from the Sidaleys for Miss Calypso, so Helicent's older sister. But with Dante, for his thinking, I do believe it is, again, due to the fact that he wants to do his best to secure Holkane in this turbulent time by bringing them closer to Ciccar as much as possible. And if he can marry off, a son of his house to the High Princess of Ciccar, I mean, Lion is going to be king now. Lion is flippin' set to be king. He was thinking of living a simple existence, maybe as a farm boy, with Veronica, but no. He is set to be the king of Ciccar at this point. And I do believe that for Dante, that is very important in making sure that Holkane remains stable and that the ties between Ciccar and Holkane are strong. Especially because we're not entirely sure what's going on with Luna right now. Like, her place in the kingdom is unsure. And I know some of you have also been saying, is Ciccar going to declare war on Holkane now that Luna's place is unstable, and Luna, her, whatchamacallit, you're saying that Yorick didn't really like or doesn't really like minor King Uther, so would they use this as an excuse to do any of that? Well, I'm not entirely sure what's going through Yorick and Nala's minds at this point, but obviously Dante is trying to prevent any possibility of that from happening by making sure that he can create another link between, his house and Ciccar. So this will have been the 3rd marriage between Ciccar and Holkane. It's kind of crazy, but the 3rd marriage that will be happening. Well, they're not getting married anytime soon, but it's a betrothal. It's a betrothal, so there is that alliance, there is that link there. So, it's interesting. Big move. But obviously, if the Ciccar sent that proposal, they're obviously not thinking of anything like war. They also want to make sure that there is, some sort of friendship remaining over there. So, we've got that going on. But Dante, he's thinking from a political point of view. Dorian, he was kind of upset because he felt as though he couldn't step in as the older Vlaro. He kind of let his younger Vlaro down. But then Lion didn't really... I mean, this was a fresh, new crush that he was developing. So I don't think there was time for it to flourish into anything else. And he never really told anyone about it. So it's not as though someone could have done anything. But yeah, we had that going on. And then, of course, Dorian and Velena, they went to Yindika Kyozok to, do their prayers and such and ask for blessings because Velena is very close to being due. So there is that. She's in her 3rd trimester. She's very close to being due. So yeah, we have that going on. And I think Dorian was a bit nervous because, he was saying that it's not a good omen that Vex died. And Vex and Luna, they were the first wedding, the first marriage to occur, to be consummated, to have a baby and such in their generation. So he feels as though it's not a good omen that Vex died. So things are uncertain, but Velena is trying to be positive and telling him not to think too deeply about any of those things. So, yeah, there is that. There is that on their end. It's only 1 p.m. actually. It's raining. It feels like it's much later in the day, but really it's not. But yeah, why don't you just get some rest? Go to bed and get some rest. So yeah, those are all the things that have been happening. Another thing I want to talk about, and then at the end, you will have noticed that, Lion kind of said, fine, I if that's what you want, Kotyan, I will go ahead with it. I will do what must be done. Because he is a good son. And he is a perfectionist. I feel like he would care a lot about the honor of his family and doing what has to be done. I think for him that would be very, very important. So he's gonna go with that. And like I said, he does fancy Veronica from a distance, I feel, still. We'll have to see if that dies down. But I do think it was kind of cut off way too early for it to ever eventuate into anything. And we don't know if Veronica had anything on her side either. She was being pleasant to him. But again, I do feel as though she had, in my eyes, a huge crush on Vex. But I wonder if kind of having Vex, she lost Vex in a way. She never really had him, but she had to give up on her feelings because he was destined for someone else. And then, perhaps she would have thought, well, if he gets to live a happy life, then I can put my feelings to rest. And then kind of, there was news that Vex is going to be a Tetrala Kotyan. He's going to have a child soon. And then, things supposedly were going well, but then suddenly Vex is dead. And I feel like Veronica would be quite heartbroken. But in that time, if, Lion were to step in and comfort her and such and give her company, I can see how she would start to have feelings for him. But it would be inappropriate now for Lion to do anything of the sort. Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to disturb you. Mainly Lion. But yeah, there is that. And funny thing, in the meeting, when all the youths came over in the previous episode, Lion and Fayna actually didn't interact with each other at all. So he didn't really know Fayna until the betrothal. Literally, he met her officially and such during the betrothal. He didn't have any chance to interact with her during their little get-together here. And Fayna was mainly hanging around outside by the gardens. He was inside. So they did not talk to each other or meet at all. And then that's how things were with them. So yeah, a lot of stuff has been happening. No one really has any whims. Okay, that aside, where is Vex's son, Luther, aged up into a toddler, guys? And, where is he? Where the flip is he? He aged up. Look at this. Oh, I don't want to invite him. What? Can I not check out the little baby? I want to check his sim profile. Okay, cannot check the baby sim profile, but he looks so much like Vex, guys. He's got Vex's skin, he's got Vex's hair, and he has Vex's pink eyes. Oh my goodness. This baby, it's gonna be so hard to see this kid grow up because he looks exactly like Vex. He looks exactly like his Kotyan. My goodness. I was doing his makeover and just looking at him, and I just thought, oh my goodness, you look so much like Vex. My heart is breaking. Like, real bad. Vex! Oh, Vex! Why'd you have to leave us? Why did you leave us, Vex? You were way too young. You were way too flippin' young. Now, also, some of you have been, like a bunch of you have been trying to come up with a reason as to, you know, why Vex died and such. And some of you were saying that he was poisoned and killed. But there wasn't, I think, a lot of reasoning behind why he was poisoned or killed in a way that I could really resonate with. Some of you are saying that maybe Uther's enemies, so that needs to be repaired. Some of you are saying that maybe Uther's enemies, the Holdigans and the Siddelys, that they did something to get back at Uther and killed Vex. And I thought, I suppose, but I don't know. Why would they not just kill Uther and kill Vex when, you know, Vex's opinion of them might be different from his Kotyan? So there was that. But then one of you lovelies went back and actually looked at the whole dining part, like the restaurant part of that episode, and you were trying to, like, figure out what led to Vex and Luna having a falling out, and then, you know, eventually Vex's death. And he was saying that at the restaurant, like, Vex was sitting by himself when he was eating, and he left the table several times, so someone could have poisoned his food while he was there, right? Someone could have dabbled and, like, done something. And then you were saying that, I think, Lord Ignatius and maybe, was it Yorick? I don't know if Yorick was there, but you were saying that, you know, Yorick, I think, was there, Ignatius was there, so maybe one of them, and I'm not entirely sure if Eric was, but you were saying that maybe someone poisoned his food. So I could kind of see that happening. And then you were saying that, you know, maybe someone, or someone, like, gave something, they put something in his meal to kind of make his behavior really weird and rash and make him have a falling out with Luna, and then, you know, eventually killing him. So there is that. I liked that kind of reasoning. That was one of the things you guys suggested. And there was something else that I cannot remember. I read it, and it was just as good as this one, but I'm not entirely sure. Like, my memory is kind of failing me right now, which is not good, in all honesty. Okay, honey, I'm just gonna get you up real quick, and I'm gonna get you up, and we need to go down. We need to flip and make some food. Heck yeah, we need to make some food. Let's see. We need plain muffins. Can we make some plain muffins? And can we make some... Oh, the butterscotchman cupcakes. Yes, please. That sounds so good. Let's go do that. Let's go make some cupcakes. We want some cupcakes. I swear, sometimes there's, like, so much to talk about, but that's, like, one of the most fun times. You know, we've got all these cool things happening in the families. I mean, that's why we play, right? To see the drama that goes down. It's kind of interesting to reason out their behaviors and why things are happening. But okay, let's go make some food. Otherwise, people are going to start getting hungry and starving and dying. We definitely don't want that to be a thing. So yeah, let's go ahead, make some muffins, make some cupcakes, make sweet, yummy, delicious, pretty things. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Plain, delicious muffins. So I've got this going. And then we did just get, what, a notification that I kind of ignored, but we got a notification that these guys getting up there in age. How old are they? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, guys. Dante and Ophelia, they don't have long before they are going to croak. So, you know, it's like perfect timing that Dorian is actually now married to Velena and they're having a baby, because if something does happen to Ophelia and Dante, then Dorian will be there to, you know, carry through, and he will be the new High Lord of the house, and, you know, his family will kind of be established, so I think that'll be really good. Okay, food's out. Sell to local bakery, yes, cute, but no, let's grab a serving. Let's grab a serving. Grab a cupcake. Everyone, eat some muffins and cupcakes, please. I suppose, I mean, if you want to eat the white cake, I don't know who made white cake, but if you want to eat that, that's cool too. That's cool too. Let's come here. Let's start grabbing some food to eat. Let's go do that. There's a bunch of stuff that's like broken and needs fixing. My goodness. We'll definitely have to work on that. Open umbrella. No. Why don't you actually go and have a nice bath, actually. Have a rose petal bath, and then let's go polish to perfection. Flush. We will go and repair. We'll do some of that, and then we'll get Ophelia to just help with the cleaning up. So there we go. I feel like Ophelia's job right now is to keep the food stocked, and Velena's job is to kind of, you know, clean and fix things. So that's the way their responsibilities have been split between the two of them. Hey, honey, I told you to take a bath. What's going on with that? Like, I want you to have a nice rose petal bath. Okay, Lion's having nightmares. Oh my goodness. It's kind of wild though, isn't it? That Lion, little baby Lion, is going to be the king of Ciccar. Like, that's kind of wild. That's very wild. I wonder who you guys... I can't remember who a bunch of you shipped Fayna with before. Like, who'd you want Fayna to get married to? This white cake, we'll just throw it in the... We'll throw it in the fridge. Why not? Why not? Okay, folks are getting tired, wanting to go to sleep, but I want to hang around because I feel like Velena's going to go into labor, like, in a couple of hours. I feel like she's going to go into labor soon, so I do want to just hang around with them and see what's going on. Does anyone have any saved whims? No. Okay, we can start looking at some more of their whims. So, Lion wants to chat with Princess Padme. I'm happy to lock that in. I mean, Padme is going to be his sister-in-law in the future. And there is a flippin'... I think it's Najime. Is that... And it's crazy, isn't it? Because he's, like, we've had alliances between royals happen, and we've had alliances between nobles happen. We haven't had a cross, like a noble royal alliance before. He's kind of the first one to have that. So he is kind of going up in status. Yes, I was right. So Najime... Najime means sister-in-law, and Stabella means brother-in-law. So actually, Padme is going to be his Tetrula Najime once he marries into the family of Ciccar, and, you know, his last name is going to change from Holbart to Ciccar. So it makes sense that he wants to get to know her a little bit more, and I think he did chat with her when the youngsters came over. Okay, so we've got that. Dorian wants to chat with Prince Edmund, High Prince Edmund. He's really good. I feel like, you know, this is cool. Again, he probably feels really guilty about not patching up with Vex when Vex was alive, and probably wants to make more of an effort with Vex's younger Vlaro, now that it has come to this. So I can see him trying to be closer to Vex and, you know, try and be some sort of support for him. And then Ophelia wants to get to know Queen Leia. Probably she wants to get to know how High Queen Leia is holding up right now. So that does make sense to me. Dude, just go to sleep properly. Like, sleep properly. Why do you have to nap? Just actually go to bed. And don't go down. I don't know why he has to go all the way down. Like, fine. You want to go all the way down? Go down. have like a muffin, and then go to bed. And then go to bed. Jeez. Okay. Although he might not get to sleep too long because we're literally going to be rushing them out fairly soon. Oh, and in case you guys are wondering. Oh, see, look, she's gone into labor. She's gone into labor. This is where we had the betrothal happen. So we kind of built this room out for the betrothal. And we did that there. Okay. Okay. It's 11 p.m. Fayna is in labor. My goodness. Everyone is freaking out. Okay. Okay. Everyone's freaking out. Fayna needs to go to the restroom. Are you done? Oh, goodness. I hope he's done. Okay. Well, is there a... Darn it. Darn it. Okay, grab a cupcake. I'm trying my best here, but, like, you know, she's hungry. We have to come all the way up here, actually, because this is where she will give birth. And then she can use the toilet up there. And then she can kind of go there and get prepped. Oh my goodness. Hold on a second. I need to turn autonomy off to get everyone up here. And then, let's see. We want Dante to rock up. We want Ophelia to be here. Dorian obviously has to be, and Lion would be curious as well. So, okay, everyone, we want to be getting up there. Don't sleep. Everyone get up. Come on. Climb, climb, climb. I hope she doesn't pee herself. That would be very uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable. Is everyone moving up, or, like, have they moved up? Fingers crossed that is the case. Oh my goodness, lightning. It's kind of scary with them. Like, when Vex and Luna did their prayers, like, asked for their blessings, it was all... I think the weather was, like, all nice and sunny. They went during the day, and everything was fine. Whereas for, like, when they went, these guys, it was raining and such, and now that she's giving birth, it's, like, storming. So, I wonder if maybe, like, it's an opposite omen. Maybe, like, if things are sunny in Holbart, that's not such a good sign, but if, you know, it's raining and storming, then maybe the odds are in your favor. Like Yindika Kyozok is telling you, odds are in your favor. Hopefully. Honey, why did you not just use the flippin' toilet? Come on. Okay, everyone. Let's just show our support. Let's be supportive. Yeah, Dorian, no doubt. He's freaking out. Freaking out. Okay, so everyone's here. Everyone's here to be her support. And her needs, thank goodness, are all good, so we don't have to worry about this baby being born sickly. But now we... Oh no, don't go down. Don't go down. Silly goose. She doesn't know what she's doing. Yeah. She's just nervous, guys. She's just nervous, okay? This is her first baby. She doesn't know what she's doing. She's just walking around in circles, freaking out. But it's okay. It's okay. She is gonna do much better. But... essentially, we are going to now give her some privacy, and we will have to see whether or not she survives this birth, and what kind of baby she has, how many babies she have. So let's put up the walls, give her some privacy, and we'll check right back in. Okay, we can check back in to see how everyone is doing. Miss Fayna did survive childbirth. She only has a 5% chance of dying from childbirth. I think one of the lowest numbers out of all of the female witches. So thank goodness she came through unscathed. And she had a little baby boy by the name of Master Emmerich Holbart. So he is, I'm fairly sure, a purple baby. But the game does not have the purple skin for babies, so it's assigned him a blue one. But when he ages up into a toddler, he will be purple like Dorian. So that is really cool. And he has his mother's white eyes. So I did roll for the eyes. He has his father's purple skin, his mother's white eyes. The hair we will have to wait and see once he becomes a toddler. What is going to be the trait passed down in terms of that. But there we go. That's what we have going on. How cool is that? Oh, that's so exciting. So exciting. thankfully, we had like a safe and healthy birth. Everyone in the family appears to be doing well. So, I'm so glad for that. Okay, let us turn autonomy back on. And we need to check out everyone's needs and get them going. Because I do not want an incident. We do not want an incident. If you're going to go back down, I suppose. Yeah, if you're going to go down, let's just attack the muffins. Go to the restroom. Take like a really... Take a freaking steamy shower. Let's go do that. And then you head to bed. You need to go to bed, young sir. And then Fayna, how's she doing? Go to the restroom, why don't you? She's tended to the baby, so that's fine and well. Come down, have a cupcake. And I think you can go to bed, like, you really need it. And then Dorian. Okay, he's going down as well. Actually, I'm gonna just sabotage you a tad bit. Let's go to the restroom real quick. And then you come and grab your muffin. We don't want Dorian to follow in Vex's footsteps and suddenly die after the birth of his child. No thank you. We want everything to be just dandy between everyone. Ophelia, grab a cupcake. You're a bit too much in a sorry state. Makes me quite uncomfortable. And then you can come up, take a steamy shower, I think, and then head to bed. And then Dante is going to pee himself very soon. Like, where is he? Oh, he's down here. Okay. Why don't you grab a cupcake? Never mind. Well, you need to come out of the device, don't you? Can you go to the restroom? He's gonna take a panic poop. Why don't you? Why don't you? Let's not embarrass ourselves, please. Please. Yes, run to the bathroom. Run. Excellent. And then he can grab a cupcake once he's done. And then we'll send him to bed as well. Everyone appears well looked after. The baby is just fine. It's kind of interesting, I suppose, that the baby is like kept in the flippin' tower. And then the master, like the lord and lady of the house, are down here. But then the baby's parents are all the way on the other side. That's okay. Kind of makes me scared, though, because Ophelia and Dante, they don't have too long. But you know what? It makes me happy that they got to see the birth of their grandchild. And actually, I haven't even gotten a chance to include this in the, like the video, like in the movies at all. But we do already have terms for grandmother, grandfather, and grandchild. So the word for grandfather in the witch language is Driozolvor. The word for grandmother is Torgisa. And the word for grandchild is Asielen. So there we go. And now baby's crying. But yeah, Dante is a Driozolvor. Ophelia is a Torgisa. And Emmerich is the Asielen. So that's kind of nice that they got to see their grandchild before they leave us, before they pass on. But, okay. I think we're good. We should probably get someone to take care of the baby and take care of the house and maybe jump back in later on. Right, I had to dive back in because Eldrick got back to us on that piece of advice, message that he sent about High Queen Leia. And he said, remember when we talked about High Queen Leia Holkane? We went on a very nice date. So I don't know what's going on there, guys, but Eldrick, he's the heir of his house as well. Like, he should not be doing stuff like this. If his youngest sisters did, then that would be fine. But he is the heir of his house. He should not be doing stuff like this. But I don't know, like, we don't really know his circumstances. Maybe he's just that desperate to get his family out of dire straits that he is literally crawling into the High Queen's bed. Oh my goodness, Eldrick. Well, I mean, okay. If that's If that's what's going on with you, like, why not? Actually, has the baby been fed? We'll get Torgisa. We'll get Torgisa to look after her Asielen. There we go. Yeah, your Kotyan passed out, Emmerich. Your Kotyan's like, look at him. He's out of gas. He's out of energy. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, Fayna, she's very busy, like, doing stuff. She's very busy repairing and cleaning. Like, back to it, man. She's gotten back to it. No rest. No rest for her. And then Ophelia. Where's the... Okay, she made sugar cookies. Nice. We have some vanilla cupcakes and some sugar cookies, which is absolutely delicious. I'm sure of it. But she and Dorian both wanted to chat with Prince Edmund. So, I mean, I'm loath to leave Fayna while she's, you know, in the middle. Lion wants to invite over Helicent. Interesting. So interesting. You know what's funny? Dorian, obviously, Eldrick, it doesn't seem as though he's being too shy about telling Dorian the stuff he's doing with Leia. And, you know, these two, they're Vlaros, they're brothers. And Lion has a crush on Veronica. And Veronica is Eldrick's youngest sister, and Eldrick is betrothed to Helicent. So I am very curious about whether or not Lion has invited over Miss Helicent so that he can basically spill the tea on what's going on here. Like, Helicent, your betrothed is crawling up the royal ladder, so to speak. Look at them. Look at them. They're talking. I wonder if they're talking about this very thing. I'm so curious about it. So curious. Is that what you're talking about? Is this your way of trying to hold on to Veronica? By you know, telling... But then, like, why would you? If you like her, why would you throw her brother, like Kavlaro, under the bus? I don't know what's going through Lion's mind. I was just making those connections. It's so funny at this point because of, you know, like, we're a generation into this, so we have all these relationships already built. We have these connections, these friendships, and so now when something happens, we can literally trace. Like, these two, they're from two different kingdoms, you know. Normally, if this was the first generation, they would have no reason to talk to each other. But because we've got these, you know, friendships, crushes, betrothals, like, we can literally, through all of that I said, connect Lion to Helicent. Oh, that's funny. This is funny. But okay, guys, I am gonna leave off. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. When we come back in the next episode, we will be resuming with the noble house of Holdigan and seeing what the heck is going on with Eldrick. Like, seriously, Eldrick, what is going on with you? And also, I'm curious to see how Veronica is holding up with Vex's death, and, you know, obviously, this little thing, this crush that's been happening with Lion. I wonder if it's one-sided or if she feels the same way, maybe. But okay, guys, I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.